Hey guys, Heath here, Shepherd's Forge, kitchen, what have you. Um, so Steve and I made some small billets of Damascus, and they turned out really nice. Steve was dead set on making a butterfly knife, and I'm going to show you that in just a second. But I want to show you two of the other blades that he made. And Steve doesn't do small stuff, so this was kind of a stretch for him. But I know he really enjoyed it, so I think you're going to see some bigger Damascus pieces coming out from he and I in the future. Now, I had off of work on Friday, and I ended up sleeping on the couch Friday night. That's just where I fell asleep, and I woke up, or Thursday night. Friday I woke up, and I had done something to my shoulder. I mean, it really hurt. I couldn't lift it up pretty much past here, and there was a huge knot, like right back here. And I went over to Steve's to do just a test etch on some of these blades, and I'm like, dude, feel this. And he's like, oh my god, it's a huge friggin' knot right there. It's really painful. Anyway, we did a test etch on some of the Damascus, and I can see that these things have an amazing pattern. They look really good. Even for low-level Damascus, they're still really cool. And I had to basically insist that he let me take these home and hand sand them so that I could get that pattern to pop more. And I know I can. You can't get, if you're going to do Damascus, you're going to have to hand sand. You can't just put it on a Trizac belt or put it on a polishing wheel and expect it to come out the same. It doesn't work that way. I don't know why. It doesn't. It's got to be hand sanded. And I think it has something to do with the grain of the steel going in a very specific direction and the hand sanding in that direction. Anyway, the two small blades that we made are this. Pretty simple. I think he was gonna do like a wood carving knife for a friend of his with this. And then this is like a kind of like a stiletto type style. It's very similar to my Benchmade Switchblade. Very close. Very, very, very close. And whenever Damascus gets handed to me, he was just like, oh, it's fine, we'll just leave it. I'm like, no, can't. Let me take this home and hand sand it. And these are small blades. This will go really quick. Now, I want to show you guys the butterfly knife that he made. And he just gave it to me. He's just like, well, I'm not real happy with it, so you can just have it. I'm like, I know Steve's a perfectionist, and I get that. And for his first one, I thought it was friggin' amazing because I've never seen anyone else make a butterfly knife. And this is it. This is antler handle with brass ends, I guess you'd call them. He even made a little lockback for it that works quite well. This is very fluid. The other one is a little stiff, but I think in time it'll work itself out. The locking mechanism works quite well. And I don't know if you could see it. There is a pattern there. He put it on the buffing wheel and he got it, to a really high polish. But it just wasn't popping like Damascus is supposed to. And I know for a fact that if I hand sand this and re-etch it, I can get that stuff to pop. And there's some rough edges on here. Basically, and I don't care that Steve said I could just have this. I'm going to do some work on this. I'm going to polish up all the brass on this. I'm going to hand sand the bone, or the antler. I'm going to hand sand the entire blade, refinish it, re-etch it, and show you guys again when I'm done, and then I'm going to hand it back to Steve and ask him just how bad he doesn't want to keep this. Because I think when I'm done with it, I think he'll appreciate it more. I think he just got a little frustrated with the fact that it just didn't come out as perfect as he wanted it to, but it's his first one, and I tell you guys, like, I know how to use one of these. I'm pretty fluent with them. This has good feel, totally functional, it's pinned correctly. I have one myself, and it's pinned. I've seen ones that are screwed together and they're junk. This is how they are supposed to be done. This is how they do them in the Philippines, and they last racks. Come on, bud. I'm trying to make a vid. Thank you, buddy. He spit it out. He's a good boy. But you know, you can't really see the patterning on this, probably because my lighting isn't all that well. I mean, you might be able to catch a little bit. There is some sick pattern. There is some sexy stuff going on in the bevels, like up towards the tip of the blade. I know if I hand sand that and get it up to a nice high polish hand sand, I can get those to jump out. I really want Steve to see that. So anyway, I wanted to show you guys this because I think this is friggin' awesome. Steve has become an amazing bladesmith. I mean, phenomenal. He has far surpassed me. Most of my knives, I do stock removal simply because it's easier. Even the Damascus stuff I do, like I get the Damascus billet out the way I want it to, and then I just do stock removal. It's just always seemed simpler to me. I don't know why. That's just how I've done it. That's going to change. I'm going to start doing some hand-forged knives, like complete hand-forged knives and stuff. But, man, there really is some cool patterning going on there. I just got to bring it out. I really wanted to show you guys this. Really wanted to show you that. Steve's doing amazing stuff. Finally named his forge, One-Off Forge, which is freaking awesome because he does a lot of like one-off things. He does it once and then he moves on to something else. His kukri is pretty amazing. I'll be featuring that on one of my videos as well. But anyway, this is the butterfly knife, and it's fully functional. It's not heavy. It's got good weight. But yeah, I'm gonna clean up some of the edges, soften stuff up, and I'll bring it back to you when I'm done, and I'll show you what I come up with. I think Steve will love it too. I'm just glad he handed it off to me because I could put some work in on this and make it look really, really nice. So anyway, guys, from Heath here at Shepherd's Kitchen, have a good night, and we'll see you. Bye.